We're just waiting. And notice how Garen doesn't actually auto the wave. And why do you think he doesn't auto the wave immediately?
Because it could be unsafe, and Gnar is probably... Well, he could be leashing, so
Well,
if jungler's topside, he'd get level 2.
Gnar is right here.
Oh, okay.
Right? We just saw him. So Gnar's going to walk up to river, but Gnar will eventually come into lane. Even if Gnar was here, you don't want to auto. Why?
You don't want to push the wave?
Yeah. If you end up pushing wave 1, and Gnar ends up basically doing the... I'm going to call it the Dopa opening, because it's a famous opening that he made, essentially, where you don't auto level 1 and you let the wave come in and you establish freeze, because we can acknowledge that Garen can't do anything against Gnar at level 2. And so if the opponent jungler can read this, and relative to wherever he starts, he can skip out in certain camps and hit top early, and that'll chunk you up, because then as wave 3 ends up colliding around this angle, you're going to be chunked out, and then you're just going to end up losing lane on wave 1. So this is why Garen doesn't actually opt to just hard sub, he just waits to the last hit the minions, okay?
Okay.
This is just a basic opening that you want to be doing against Gnar, if he obviously doesn't present himself in lane. Okay, so he ends up showing, and at this point this is fine to do because we end up winning full-on trades, because we actually have grasp, right? So we end up getting the grasp proc and we end up chunking out Gnar. And at this point the lane's actually completely in our control, okay? And now at this point, let's see what you do inside of the game at level 1. So you end up walking into lane, right? You should be testing him in and out like this.
So I should be closer.
If you move in and he moves up to you, you move back. You tether max range, but you test him. We see how much we can get away with, right? Because if you move up and he doesn't move into you, then we know what level this player is at. So the way you want to evaluate your lane opponent is is this Bwipo? Okay, no, it's not. Okay, is this guy a random challenger? No, he's not. Okay, is he a master player? No, he's not. Is he a platinum? And then we work our way down. Okay. But you obviously don't do the opposite, because then you end up making a ton of mistakes. So this is why I told you to just move in and test him, see what he does. Right? You auto this once. This is really bad, and the reason for this is because you're autoing the wrong minion. You should be testing on this minion, not this one. If you end up hitting this minion and he walks up, it's 2 free autos, and this HP, the minion, the HP is going to be way too awkward if you give this another auto, right? And so you
so
should
like
just work
if I
on
hit
this one.
that one,
Yeah.
and he would also take more minion aggro, right? If he autos me when I take that CS.
Well, if he autos you here, he doesn't really take minion aggro. If he autos you here, he will.
Okay.
Right? Because these 3 casters will, jump on him. But in this case, obviously that doesn't occur. This Q is really weird. Now, what is Gnar? Now, Gnar is also making mistakes. What is Gnar making that you think that, like, how do you think Gnar could be playing this lane better?
Well, as soon as I used Q, he should have probably autoed boomerang auto.
Okay. So if he autos you, he ends up taking minion aggro from these 4 casters. Do you think this is
he's level 1? Then he would take a lot of damage. Yeah.
Yeah, he would end up taking a ton of damage from these casters.
Okay.
So what should Gnar do?
Probably just shove the wave, right? Just auto the wave and get it into me.
Okay. All this is on. Alright, I'm gonna invite you to the 1v1, okay? Okay, yep, just start autoing for level 2. Okay, don't randomly use Q like that. North pocket, by the way. There you go. Okay, good. Okay, you're losing tempo on the wave when you do this. Okay, just hit the wave. Yeah, hit the wave. Okay, he's good. Yeah, okay, just run. Okay, he's on his cooldown is his E is on cooldown, so you can play around that. Yeah, you can E. Okay, we're gonna lose the trade, but that's okay. I think we're dead. Cuck.
Okay.
That's fine. That's okay. God damn it, Elvis. Fucking go easy. What the hell? Alright. Please tell me I'm recording. I am, okay. 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 That was actually good. North pocket. Again, try the north pocket. Yeah, you force Albus down, and you don't take aggro. Okay. That's okay, yeah. You have to auto him. He's losing. Yeah, okay, that was good, that was good. Okay, again, tempo. Like, if he can't hit you, you should hit the minions. You both are fighting for level 2. There you go. Okay. That's okay.
I lose the trade
yeah,
now because
you lose the trade because you queued. That's okay. That's okay.
So in that scenario, it's probably better to give up the CS. To
No. You lost tempo on the wave. You didn't auto the wave. Albus is autoing the wave. You're not. That's why you're losing these trades. Wow, you actually won that. Okay, we can actually flash kill him with Q. Jesus, wait.
Well, now he knows.
I know, you can literally kill him. Alright.
Good job.
Alright. Really appreciate it, Albus. Thank you. So, when you walk into the game, or into the lane like this, right? So, you auto. This is fine. So far, this is really good. Because what you've established is north side pocket. The only downside is you're going to have to forfeit it because of this minion here, right? Now, if the minions had aligned differently, what I would tell you to do, and this is something that I went over with the other challenger top laners that I talk about, or I talk with, is you want to auto the south minion in order to retain north pocket. And so then you can actually, you're able to use the bush, okay?
So the south minion dies first, and then I transition.
Yeah. You transition to the north side. But unfortunately, in this case, the minions didn't align that way for you, so you couldn't really do that.
Is that like a proximity to the jungler?
It's a proximity to the bush here. So
okay.
if minion A is here, okay, and minion B is here, and minion C is over to the north, by the time that minion C is dead, these three backline minions are gonna eventually clash, right? They're gonna come forward because A and B are dead. And so if you have north side pocket, by the time that C is ready to be last hit, you can hit, after C is dead, you can hit the opponent, and the casters, as they jump on you, you can break through the north bush.
Okay.
Does that make sense? If you do the opposite and you end up doing something like C, B, and A, now you're on the south side, and although sure, the proximity of the jungler and you have champion vision, so if the jungler shows you can react first, that makes sense, but problem is you don't actually break aggro, because now if you break aggro, you have to break aggro to the south side, and that's not good.
You have to walk a lot farther away.
You have to walk a lot farther away, and it's just so much worse, right? But off the bat here, like, what do you have? Right now, you're actually winning the lane against Albus, right? Because what do you have right now? You have three
more minions.
Yeah, you have 3 casters. Let's use blue for the sake of the color. You have 4 minions here, right? This one I'm going to count as well, and then this one as well. So you have essentially, actually, let's not count this. So you have 4 blues, and the opponent has 4 reds, right? But you can kill off this minion by the time that Albus kills off this minion, because this is technically 5.
Yeah.
Right? And so now what's going to end up happening is you're going to hit level 2 first, and so you should just already be hitting this minion.
Okay.
Right? Like, hit it constantly and then just move forward. But when you stall like this, it ends up allowing him to get an even minion count on you. And again, look at that. He gets the minion for free. You should have already killed this minion, right? A long time ago. As this minion that Albus just killed, you should have walked forward, and then you should have tried to threaten to Q in and out like this. Sure, if these casters hit you, you take damage, but you can break the bush. And if Albus opts to hit you, then, I mean, he hits you and he loses tempo on the wave, and on top of that, what ends up happening is you end up getting a Q. Like, you can sneak a Q, which you did against him in the second VOD, right? You actually ended up doing that. I don't know if it was intentional or not. Like, at this point...
oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think a lot of the problem was I was focusing so hard on my cooldowns and stuff that,
right.
Like, yeah, I think I'm learning to parallel process in my brain, so it's like I'm just focusing on moving or just focusing on hitting the minions.
Right.
And I need to do
Right.
both.
Right. And you notice how, like, Albus has +1 minion on you now. And now notice his movement backwards. It doesn't achieve anything. We know that if he kills 1 more minion, that he gets level 2. Or I think it's 2 more minions. I actually don't know how many. I'm not keeping track of this. But you need to actually just start autoing these. You should already be autoing this minion. And then you don't. Now this is really awkward. Because now you're going in for a minion that doesn't give you any value.
Okay.
Do you see your intention?
I'm actually wasting a lot of time every lane.
Yeah, you're wasting a lot of time. You're falling off tempo. And now you're going in for a minion that you're not allowed to technically go for. Because if you hypothetically go in for this minion, and Albus opts to auto you on the minion, and you auto him back, you eat aggro from 4 casters.
Okay.
That is awful. And you can't even break, because if you're gonna break, you're gonna break through south. You can't break through north. It's very awkward to do that. Right? So then he ends up winning the trade out on you. And now it's like, okay, well, now we're kind of screwed. Right? Not much really we can do at this point. And now level 2 comes out, and at this point, he's on cooldown. Right? We have a bit of a HP discrepancy, but it's not the end of the world. Right? This is fine. You wanna auto after the silence. Unfortunately, you've already lost too much HP. So it ends up being really bad for you. Okay? Do you see why you lost this match?
Yeah, he was able to auto the minions when I was just kind of running around, and then I would take CS that like he knew that I was gonna go for, and he was ready to punish me for.
Now, so second match where you end up playing against Albus again, and this one's like really I mean, he actually lost you here, but that's for obvious reasons. So you auto, and again, like, why do you click back? Right? Do you see the subtle? Do you see this click?
Yeah, I clicked the bush.
Like you have to acknowledge that once you get to the higher levels, every input matters, and this applies for mid lane, this applies for AD carry, this applies for everything, right? And you have basically put 2 inputs randomly that don't give you any value. So far, the other player is playing it really badly because he's not even touching the wave for whatever reason. Blame it on the fucking ping. I don't know.
He's probably trying to be nice after he just...
I don't know. I was just kidding when I said take it easy. I was literally just joking. But yeah, I don't know what he was doing. So anyways, so he didn't opt to auto the wave, but this is fine. You should acknowledge that you can win the lane off of this.
Okay.
Right? But these 2
Like, if
inputs...
everything goes perfect.
Yeah, these 2 inputs don't give you any value.
Okay.
Let's see how you actually put this out pretty well early on. Auto, again, like just go north and dance in and out. So the sequence should be auto, look to auto, as Albus autos, you auto with Q, or you Q, you auto Q, and then, or sorry, you just hit him and then you break through north. Okay? This should always be the sequence here, right? This is exactly what you do, and notice how we win a trade.
I should have broken in the bush though.
I mean, it's not a big deal since it's only 1 damage. It's only 1 auto. But again, look at these inputs that you're making. Absolutely no reason as to why you're clicking down to the south side. Just hit this minion already. Hit this minion already. In fact, you should be hitting the south one first. 2 reasons for that. Because if you kill off this one first and the HP is obviously lower, the DPS is reduced from the red side, and so now you end up getting level 2 faster than Albus does. The second thing that ends up happening here is you end up now allowing yourself to position to the north angle where now you can hit this minion. And this again comes into line with the opponent player hitting these two casters, or melee, sorry, in which then you can look to walk up, obviously threaten your abilities when they are off of cooldown, and then again break aggro through the north side. Okay. This is all just really this is all like,
yeah, should have been autoing.
Top lane specific. This is the shit that makes you better.
Okay.
Right? This is the stuff that'll make you a better player. And you know, he Qs you. Your Q here is a little late. I mean, he should back off, and he doesn't back off, and then he autos you within 3 caster range. I mean, we can see why he's losing the lane, right? Basic principles of the game are not being followed. Now look at what you're doing. Why are you all the way back here? Why don't you hit him with an auto? He's on cooldown. Should have hit him.
Yeah.
Right? Auto Q, you didn't do anything to him. Right? So you're giving him CS for free. He then opts to hit you. You E, and this is just not good at all. How do you kill him? What the fuck? I don't even remember. I mean, here, just use a potion, right? Like potion, again, potion QE. Look how he's getting this for free, because you're low on HP.
But if I potion, I can threaten.
It's like, why am I not in gold? Jesus. I mean, it's not a big deal, really. Like, players at every level make mistakes at this. Like, it's not a big deal.
Oh, I definitely deserve to be in the elo I'm in. That's what I'll say.
Right. The difference between you and a challenger top laner or a master top laner is the fact that they're able to follow the principles of the lane a little bit more than you can. Right? And so it
like much more consistent.
Yeah, much more consistently. And then here, this is weird. Like I told you, you can kill him. You don't kill him immediately. Like, look at this. Here, You just broke his bone plating. Don't move back. He's dead. Literally, he's dead. 3 seconds. I don't even know if he acknowledged the fact that he was dead. It was really weird. But here you should just...
If I flash there, doesn't he just counter flash?
No, because you Q silence. You Q flash.
Okay.
You can't flash that.
Did I have it? I think I just got it up. Yeah, I was
think you
waiting
flash
for
Q.
it.
Is that a mechanic? It's Q flash, right? Not flash Q.
Yeah, you can buffer it.
Yeah, if you yeah, exactly. So then
It's like a tippers.
it's very hard to react. It's very hard to react. And then
So
you end up winning the lane.
Hail.
Right? You end up winning the lane, so it ends up becoming okay for you, right? Going back to the other VOD that we did. Okay, so here's the Gnar game that we played against, right? You know, same concept where we talk about, you know, test him, right? Test him on the right minion, and we didn't do that. And then Gnar opts to grief the lane. I think he manages to screw up the lane in multiple occasions because of just how he positions, right? Like, why is he bot lane? Right? No, sorry, not bot. Why is he south side? Why is he not here? In and out.
Yeah, because he could auto me and then break. And then...
Exactly, and he doesn't do that.
I do want to ask, like, if I know that in a 1v1 it's a little different because there's no junglers and stuff.
Right.
And I was just supposed to be autoing the wave. That's probably not true for this matchup. Like, I should auto when I can, but probably not just default to it.
I'm sorry. You have to repeat that. I was a little.
Sorry, I mean that was kind of stupid to ask.
No. Nothing is stupid. You can. I just didn't process it.
Should I just be autoing the wave as much as I can to try and keep tempo, or against this matchup I should just
against this matchup you can't, because remember in the challenger VOD against Gnar he couldn't auto level 1 because if he autos then we do the Dopa strat.
Okay.
We do the minion wave Dopa opening.
I take aggro and then it pushes into him. Okay.
Well, no, because level 1 if you auto he doesn't have to do anything because level 2 you don't make use of against Gnar.
Okay.
Right? Because if you auto this and Gnar just sits here, this wave ends up building. And relative to how the junglers play, this could become a permalock for a very, very long time.
I can't break it because he can just...
Yeah, you can't break it. And he doesn't care if you get level 2. He doesn't care because you end up... you can't break waves. It's just not possible, right? And then he doesn't really fear anything because he's ranged. Right? He just autos you down. He's misplaying these autos, right? Where he doesn't actually hit you at the right times. Like, he should be spacing in and out, and he doesn't do that. You just got 2 minions for absolutely no cost. So the way you want to approach the game when you're playing against a matchup like this is not just from your perspective, but from the opponent's perspective. If in lane you can tell what the opponent is doing wrong, that is a sign that you're a good player.
Okay.
Right? That applies for mid lane, that applies for AD carry, that applies for support, that applies for jungle. If you can identify why your lane opponent is making an error, and you could punish it, that is a sign that you are becoming a better player, right? I mean, it's hard to do. It's very hard to do, right? Anyway, so at this point, just let the lane come into you. This is weird. Just the way you space, right? Like you can.
That I thought about freezing because I don't often get punished for freezing. Like even when the laner's right in front of me, they just like recall or something like that. So I guess I kind of assumed he was stupid, but I should have waited until he like proved to me that he wasn't gonna.
Yeah, and so what you want to look at is you want to have a chart. It's like a bit of a flow chart. You ask yourself, okay, am I queued up against Whippo, Smurf, and NA for whatever reason? Obviously, it's not logical, but you get the idea, right?
On 150k.
Yeah, whatever. You know, am I playing against like, you know, is it Whippo? Okay, no, it's not. He doesn't auto me. Okay, it's clearly Hashinshin. Okay, maybe it's not even Hashinshin. Maybe it's just a gold player. And so you level it down. You don't level it up. If you level it up, you're already dead.
Okay.
Right?
I have to assume they're good.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to assume that they're good. Assume that they're challengers, and then eventually, you know, when they've proven to you that they're not challengers, then you know, like that in itself is just okay. I mean, this is weird. You should never walk up like that. You should always let the lane come into you, right? Never do this. This is too. I mean, this and now it's over at this point because he just ends up getting chunked out or whatever.
So in situations like that, it's probably better to just ping the jungler back because the wave is so big.
I mean, yeah, the gank should never really go off. I mean, at this point, actually, it's fine because you end up chunking him to the point where he can't recover. Yeah, like this is okay. Now it's okay. If he didn't land this, the gank's bad, right? because it ends up skewing the HP value to the point where it ends up pushing back into Gnar. And if Gnar has a really good HP value, then what ends up happening is you end up screwing yourself over in the long run. Okay. Your camera control absolutely non-existent in some of these fights, right? Like pay attention to the scuttle crab. Pay attention to how he's cutting the scuttle crab, where he's cutting the scuttle crab to, and when he's going to be back into your lane. We don't do that, right? And relative to when he's going to be back into top lane for a gank, you can position yourself accordingly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you can, yeah, like if this was a Garen versus Garen matchup, you can trade against him now, take a losing trade, but if he's sitting at 40% HP and you're sitting at 30% HP and the jungler just shows up, you win. And this is stuff you can just, you know?
I think I also knew that Yi started bot, so like they're probably gonna end up fighting over the topside scuttle.
Yeah. This was really good. Okay, this was really bad by Yi, but I don't know what the hell. It was good for us because the wave ended up pushing back. This makes absolutely no sense as to why this guy pushes the lane back in. I have no idea what he's doing.
I'm fucked here if Gnar just freezes.
Yeah, Gnar just freezes, your lane's over, but it just doesn't happen. Yeah, and then honestly the rest of the game was just very we kind of covered most of things, right?
I definitely see why they say matchups don't exist below Diamond.
I mean, even in Diamond, if you look at some of the players, they don't even, you know, like, yeah. I think in High Diamond it becomes like you start playing League of Legends after High Diamond. I think below High Diamond you're playing like something else. Right? You're not gonna have teammates until you're High Diamond Master Tier, or like at least minimum mid Diamond. Not gonna have teammates. It's essentially just a solo player game until then. Okay.
You just hope that the bots don't feed.
Yeah, essentially. Okay. Most of what we talked about today was going to be in the 1v1. You need to get good at the 1v1 aspect of the game. That's what's going to get you to the next level. And so what you're going to do is you can go into the public Discord here, right? And you can literally just contact whoever, really, for a 1v1. I'm pretty sure right here. So there's a bunch of people that are going to do 1v1s here. And you can just contact them. There's an NA top lane who just posted apparently this afternoon, right? You can contact him.
Yeah, I used to do that in Fortnite a lot.
Yeah. You contact these guys, or they're gonna get you to the next level. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay. Do you have any last minute questions that I can answer?
Nothing super huge. I mean, I think a lot of the stuff is like just gonna be me rewatching the session and like making sure I take in all the advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did have like matchup questions, but I mean, kind of from the session, I've learned that like the matchups aren't really being played right now.
No, because we have to get good at the game first.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Anyways, man, I'll try to upload this on YouTube, or if not on YouTube, it'll be on Twitch, so you can always go back to it. And good luck.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.